I am counting every blessing, counting every blessing, letting go and trusting when I cannot see. I am counting every blessing, counting every blessing. Surely every
Welcome to the ND 500 podcast. On today's show, we're discussing spinach. If you remember, on last week, I talked about how one of my favorite TV shows as growing up as a child was Popeye the Sailor Man. And as how it turns out that Popeye actually knew exactly what he was talking about. Popeye and Pluto would always fight over olive oil, and Pluto would always beat Popeye up. He would be beating him up, and Popeye looked like it was all over for him until he find that old can of spinach, and he somehow cracks open that can of spinach and he eats it, and that spinach gives him the strength and energy he needs to beat up old Pluto. So it turns out that Popeye knew exactly what he was talking about, because spinach is one of the best vegetables in which you can eat today, especially for high blood pressure. And that's what I want to talk about today. As you know, the reason that we discuss health on Tuesdays is because, being a minister, one of the things that I pray for often for people is health. And I believe that it is up to us as Christians to take our health back, to begin to take our health serious. And that begins with health education. So one of the things that I've committed to doing and I'm planning on doing is I'm actually planning to purchase a blood pressure reader so I can check my blood pressure on a regular basis at home. But for the subject of today, here's why spinach is such a great food to eat. Spinach is low in calories, it's high in fiber, and it's jam-packed with heart-healthy nutrients like potassium, folate, magnesium. Now, all of these are great ingredients for lowering and maintaining your blood pressure. Well, what is high blood pressure? Well, that's an interesting question, because traditionally, high blood pressure was considered readings of anything that was 140 over 90. 140 is the systolic, that's the top number, and 90 is diastolic, and that's the bottom number. However, within the past 6 months, the American Heart Association and the American College of Cardiology refined their readings of what high blood pressure is. So now, what's considered high blood pressure is anything that's read over 130 over 80. So that's 130, that's the top, and 80 on the bottom. Now, this is interesting too. With this new guideline that the American Heart Association and the American College of Cardiology has set, now more than 46% of adults in the United States, most of them under the age of 45, are now considered hypertensive. So this is very important for us. And I believe that one of the things that we as Christians can do, we can also look at other things instead of just falling back into the normal of, I need to go and get blood pressure medication. I believe that God has already provided everything that we need to heal ourselves. Our bodies are able to heal themselves. What we have to do is give our bodies what it needs, and what it needs is things like spinach. And so I encourage you to just do a Google search and type in benefits of eating spinach, and I'm sure that in addition to what I'm saying on today, that you'll be very impressed at what you'll be doing for yourself and how much your body will appreciate being fed spinach. Now, I had a very interesting night last week, the day after the podcast episode came out about eating spinach. So of course I ate spinach all week, and I was around family members, and they decided that they was very hungry, and they said, hey, let's go and get some Popeye's chicken. And and then I had to go and get the Popeye's chicken. So I went and got the Popeye's chicken, and I'm smelling the chicken, all the way for the drive home. And so I bring the chicken, and they digging into the Popeye's bag, they're biting in, crunching, and all of that. And I'm seeing the grease, and yeah, it was looking good. But guess what I did? I had an old bowl of spinach, and they ate their chicken and I ate my spinach. But afterwards, I felt very good. And so I'm glad I didn't give in to temptation. So I just wanted to bring that up, because sometimes just know that when you're on this journey, there will be times when family members and coworkers, they're going to offer you some things that, you probably shouldn't eat. So just stay committed. Don't yield to temptation. But in the end, you know that you're giving your body what it needs. It requires discipline. So I'm proud of myself for that. And just wanted to bring that up and let you know that there will be some situations where you may have to withstand temptation. So thank you for tuning in on today. I encourage you to go ahead and purchase some spinach. You can go to Walmart, you can go to Kroger, wherever you shop. Go ahead and get a bag of spinach and start giving your body what it needs. Until next time, live in truth.
Trusting where